Good morning, friends. Welcome to this video. So today I have a couple more pages of notes than normal, so I've got them all right here, but please forgive me if just for a second I have to pause to grab the next page. But before we get started, Chloe's here. She doesn't want to be here, but she's here. So today we are talking about kindness, and that is the only one that we're going to be talking about today for two reasons. Number one, this is my favorite fruit, and so I have a lot to say about it. And two, there are so many great examples of how you can be kind and how you can show kindness and acts of community service. So we are going to talk about those at the end of this video. That's going to be the last thing that we talk about. So let's get started. Last week, we read the dictionary definition of patience and compared it to the biblical definition of it. And this week, we are going to do the same thing because I really like that, and so we might end up doing that for the rest of the fruits. So the dictionary defines kindness as being kind, or the act of being kind. So I'm like, okay, well that doesn't make any sense. So, they could have described it a little bit better. So then I went to the dictionary app and I looked up kind. And so that describes it as, it means of the good or benevolent nature or disposition as a person. So that means like having a good nature and just being like chill, kind of. And so the biblical definition is being selfless and compassionate. It is loving and showing all the other fruits of the Spirit, and the perfect way to see kindness in somebody's life is by looking directly at Jesus and saying, okay, let's look at his life, and that is kindness in a nutshell. So last week, patience was almost exactly the same in the dictionary as it was in the Bible, but this one is pretty different, and I think it's because kindness isn't so common anymore, so people kind of ended up redefining it, and that's kind of sad. So Ephesians 4:32 says, "Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another, as God in Christ forgave you." So the Bible says to be kind to one another and forgive people just as God has forgiven us people. So being kind isn't just about being for yourself. It's about other people and being kind to them, and it's not about taking a picture of you doing something kind and posting it on Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or anything like that, or any social media platform, and then like taking a picture of yourself doing something kind, and then you do it because you want to get a bunch of likes, or because you want to get a bunch of comments, or you want to get recognized by some news platform. You want to get recognized by the state, the country, your town, your newspaper. You want to get recognized by someone. That is not what kindness is. Kindness is doing something nice for somebody or a group of people and not expecting anything in return. So it's like giving your friend a half of your cookie and not expecting them to give you a half of their cookie in return, because that's kindness. So if you gave your friend half of your cookie and then you were like, hey, where's my half of your cookie? Why don't I get half of yours? That's not kindness. That's doing something for somebody and expecting something in return, so then you're equal, and that's not kindness at all. So being kind isn't about yourself, but you do there are benefits for yourself. So in Proverbs 11:17, it says, "A man who is kind benefits himself, but a cruel man hurts himself." So I might be able to explain what this verse means, and I hope that this makes sense to you guys. You can probably see my cat. She's like right there. Hi, Chloe. Okay, so I'm going to try to explain this verse, and I hope that it makes sense to you guys. So in school, we have a certain amount of service hours that we have to complete for every quarter. So, we have some due at the end of October, we have some due at the end of December, some at the end of February, and then some at the end of the school year. And so we have the 4 quarters of school, and we have like 3 or 4 hours that are due for each school year, and my cat's playing with a little toy, like a little ball that I've got over there. So last week I decided to get started on mine because they are due on the 23rd of October. So I'm like, alright, I've got like under a month left, so let's get started on this. So I was in the car, and my mom was at the grocery store, and I was waiting for her to come out of the grocery store, and I was looking on her phone, and I was like, what if we... So I had this idea, basically. I'm not going to explain it now because I'll probably explain it later. And so I had this idea, and I am still going, and I decided, we're like, all right, we're going to go through this idea. It's going to be so much fun. It's going to be amazing. It's going to help people in our community. And so I'm working on it right now, and it is amazing, you guys. I know that a lot of people do random acts of kindness and service hours. If you have not, you should go out and do it. I have not done something like this since I was way younger. And now I remember what this feeling is, and so I'm like, this feels so good. And so I already have more service activities planned, even though I have already hit what I need to fulfill for school, which is 3 hours. It feels so good, and I'm already planning more, so I will probably tell you when I finish my first project about it. I will show you pictures, and we will go through the whole process, because I think that it is amazing, and I really want you guys to do it if you want. So that will probably be like Thursday or Friday. I'll probably post a video about that. But anyway, you feel so good inside, and that was the whole point of what my story was, that you feel so good inside. And Galatians 6:10, it says, "So then, as we have opportunity, let us do good to everyone, and especially those who are of the household of faith." So we are to do good to other people whenever it is humanly possible. So your parents are trying to get something down. Let's say you have some storage and it's up on a really high shelf. And like, if you're a teenage boy, let's say that, and your mom is kind of short and you're taller than her, and she's like trying to get this thing from the really high storage rack, you can say, "Hey mom, can I help you get that down?" So just like something super simple like that. And we're going to talk about some more ways that we can be kind to others. I am so excited for this. This is not going to be a super long video, but that's alright. So I just really want to talk about ways that you can be kind. And so here are some ideas that I found online and ideas that I have myself. So number 1, host a clothing drive. I am doing this one. This is the one that I'm planning, and so here is how you can do this one. It is October, and it is only going to get colder from here. Now, if you live in a warmer state, or warmer parts of a state like California, Texas, I don't know where warm states are, Florida, I guess, this might not be relevant for you, but for me in October, it starts up in the 60s, 50s, 70s, like it's pretty warm at the beginning of October, and then it slowly declines and it goes pretty quickly downward from there. So since today is October 4th, we have had some pretty nice weather so far this week, but looking outside right now, I can tell the wind is blowing and the sky is gray. Hi, kitty girl. So it is only going to get colder from here, and people who live out on the streets need warm clothes because some of them don't have warm clothes. And with all of the fires in the west and the hurricanes in the south and the east, people might not have more than one set of clean clothes, and that's really sad, because back there through that door is a whole closet full of clothes, and I don't wear a lot of them, so I am hosting a clothing drive. And so ways you can do this is, I live on a private road, and so you could go out to the top of your road or to the front of your road or on the street corner, on the sidewalk, and just set up a box, a cardboard box, a plastic box, a big box, clothing donations here, warm clothes needed, and then go collect it when it gets full. And then another one that I'm going to do, another way to do this is, so I go to a school where they have an in-person option and an online option, and so I am doing online school, but I'm really close with one of the teachers who is in person, so I'm going to ask her if I can set up a donation box in her classroom, so then kids in my grade can also donate clothes, because not very many people go up my road. And so I thought, what's a better way to do this? Boom. You put a box in a classroom with a bunch of 7th and 8th graders that are growing out of clothes like nobody's business, and they will bring clothes and they will put them in the box, and then I will come and I will get them. So that would be a great idea. Or if you want to like email a local restaurant or a local school that is open, you could ask them if you could set up a box, and they might not say yes, but you can ask. There's no hurt in asking. Okay, number 2, pick up trash at your local park. Littering is a serious problem in today's age, And so even if you don't have a park near you, you could walk up and down your street and look down by the gutters, because a lot of people throw out their garbage. A lot of people throw out food wrappers, cups, just garbage out of their cars, and it's disgusting. I know, I live on a private road with 5 houses, and there is so much garbage on our road. It's like, how is that even possible? But it's not that people just litter, it's also on garbage days when people bring their garbage cans outside. If it's overflowing or if it's really windy outside, garbage can get blown out and fall into the streets. And just to make sure, especially if you live in an area where lots of animals are around, like coyotes, deer, raccoon, and ducks even, pick up the trash, because animals can eat it and die. And so pick up trash. That is one of the easier ones. You just grab some gloves and a garbage bag, and you just pick it up and then you throw it in the garbage can when you get home. And so that is pretty simple. I love that one. I've done that a couple times. So number 3, find a senior pen pal. So my great grandma lives in a nursing home, and every time that I have called her in like the last 2 to 3 months, she has told me about this little boy who is like 7 or 8 years old, who is her pen pal right now. And so he got assigned to do this for school, and he doesn't have to do it for school anymore, but now they're friends and they write to each other, and it's so cute, because my great grandma loves hearing from kids, and it is growing that little boy's writing skills. And so she's told me that she has seen such an improvement in his writing over the last couple months that he's been writing to her. And so that's so great, because that benefits both people. So especially if there's a young kid in your house, or even if you're older people love hearing from kids. They love hearing from kids. So I know that nursing homes right now aren't really allowing people to come in and visit unless you really want to go through this really big and long medical procedure to get on your dressing gowns and everything. So writing a letter is the best way to do that. So number 4 is volunteering at your local animal shelter. Some people may not be able to do this right now because of COVID-19, but I have a local humane society near me that is taking applicants for volunteers, and they accept people that are 6 years and older, and if you are under 14 you have to come with an adult. But they take people, and you can come and you can take care of dogs and cats, and you can clean the shelter, and you are helping the animals and the people. Because so if you love animals, this is like the best way to get in your animal time, because you can go and spend time with all the animals. So I feel like this is a great one. And then also, this local shelter that I live near has an Amazon wish list. And so if you have a local shelter near you, or just one that's far away that you know about, a lot of them have registries on Amazon, and you can go, and they need stuff like potty training pads for dogs, cat litter, food, bowls, toys, everything. So they need more supplies. And so if you have some extra money or sitting around, I would encourage you to use it on something that would be good for more people. So number 5 is donating supplies to areas affected by natural disasters. Like I mentioned before, there are a couple of natural disasters happening in our country right now. So we have the fires in the west, the smoke that's blowing into the Midwest, and we have hurricanes in the south and in the east. People need more supplies. They need clothes, kids want toys, and they need canned food. So they just need basic supplies, and also toiletries are super important. And so I know that the American Red Cross right now is currently taking donations of money online for at least $10, and you can go anywhere beyond that. But also places like Salvation Army, Goodwill, and so basically just if you have anything to donate, you can donate it, and people will love it. People will come and take it, and they will just love it because they've never had anything better. Those are all pretty big ways that you can serve, but you can also serve at home and in your neighborhood without having to spend money or make a big extra effort. So here's some ways that you can do that. Number 1 is encouraging somebody. So grab some sticky notes. So I have a little pad of sticky notes right here. So if you have some sticky notes, you can take your pencil or fun pen and write an encouraging little note on it. So, I love you. And then you can stick it, I've done it where I stick them on my parents' mirrors in their bathroom. So then when they wake up in the morning, they can see it. I've stuck them around the house. I've stuck them in my brother's room, in my room. So just like an encouragement. And if you don't want to do that, you could also put one on your neighbor's doors, or put one on the garbage can for the garbage man, or on your mailbox for the mailman. So that's a pretty easy way to do that. Number 2 is help out with chores. I know that a lot of kids my age have a list of chores to do, but if there is a chore that your sibling just hates doing, or that you know that would really help out your parents, you should do it, because that would just make their hearts so happy. So if you see that there is a sink full of dishes and your mom is already vacuuming the house, why don't you just be like, hey mom, I'm gonna go do the dishes, and then you do the dishes because she's already doing something. Or if you know that your sibling really, really hates taking out the trash, and it is garbage night and you need to take it, and it's their turn to take out the trash, you can be like, I'll do it. I'll take out the trash. Yep. It's that simple. It doesn't have to be huge. So number 3 is take in the trash. So you could really help out your neighbors, especially if they are on vacation or if they are elderly, by pulling their trash can up to their garage or just into their driveway, because doing the extra walking could be straining, especially if they are older, and pulling that in for them in the morning, or if they are away on vacation, could be really helpful to them, and I know that they would really appreciate it. So number 4 is be a friend. Sit with that one kid who is always alone in the cafeteria, or if you're doing online school, message someone or email your teachers with encouragement. So there is always somebody in your school who could need some encouragement. So if you are at in-person school, maybe hang out with them during recess or sit with them during lunch and just make them happy, make their hearts happy. Or you can email them or message them online. And email your teachers, because your teachers, I emailed all my teachers like the first week of school with my favorite Bible verses, and they loved it. So that would be a super great way to do that. So number 5 is letters for the letterman. Leave a happy note or a gift for your mailman or mail woman in your mailbox for them. I know my mom and I used to have this one mail lady who was super nice, and she always brought all of our mail to our front gate, so that was super, super nice. And we would leave her cookies in the mailbox, and sadly she is retired since then, but we love our mail people that we have now, and so every once in a while we will put some fresh cookies or whatever we have made in the mailbox for them with a card, and we give them Christmas cards and just like encouragements. You can be kind in so many different ways, but however you do it, it pleases God. In Proverbs 19, it says that whoever is generous to the poor lends to the Lord, and he will repay them for their deeds. So thank you for watching this video. I would like to close this out in a quick prayer. So Lord, we want to feel your presence today, and we want to know your heart. And we know that you are kind to us, and we want to be kind to people in return, because we know that in being kind to other people, we are being kind to you, and we are loving the people and the children of your kingdom. And so we know that you are good, and please help us to be kinder people, and that we will just love others the way that you have loved us. In your name, amen. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you will go out and do one of my service ideas, or that you will find one on your own or your own idea. Either way, I hope that you will have a blessed week. I will probably post a video whenever I am finished with my service project, because I am so excited to share it with you guys. I'm just like, I want to share it with the world because I love it, and it's so simple. So I hope that you all have an amazing day and a blessed week.